Mr. Gangadhar Reddy, MD, Blue Drop Enviro Hyderabad. Mr. Gangadhar Reddy, rightly called by all as Ganges Reddy for his contribution to wastewater treatment, is an innovative environmental sustainability expert and the founder and CEO of Blue Drop Enviro Private Limited. Being a mechanical engineer with over 2 decades of experience in India and abroad, with his passion for environment, set out to bring innovation and sustainable technology into effective wastewater management in India. He is also involved in grassroots level training and community building, helping water management in rural areas. Being an avid heartfulness meditator, he mentors and lives at the world-renowned Heartfulness Institute, always striving to give water a second life. Mr. Gangadhar Reddy, recipient of the MSME Award 2022 for Best Environment and Social Enterprise.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Honored to be here, and thank you for the initiatives by SIPACA and Sea Change Consulting. Great day of learning for me for what SIPACA is going to change the world for good in rural segments. Very few people have been thinking about the rural segment, although we take it as a vote bank if we're coming from a political background. Otherwise, most educated people have left rural areas and settled in cities, and very few look back to do something for back home. Congratulate Dr. Raja Amarnath for this initiative, and thank you, sir, for educating us on NSIC schemes. A lot of times we struggle. There is enough business to make, but we don't know how to get to it. The EMD itself is a bar for us to participate in tenders. I had a very brief conversation with you last time, but I'm delighted to learn more from you today. And thank you for acknowledging MSMEs, how they are contributing to the large enterprises. Each one of us here have a great role to play. 2 wars we fought have taken civilization very backwards in the last century. And 3rd World War is going to happen on water. Most civilizations have begun around the rivers. Today our rivers are repelling the civilizations to go backwards to somewhere else. The beach properties now are staring at us. And the lake homes, the lake villas are threatening us with dengue deaths. Majority of it is just because of human negligence, our institutional disorder, our lack of right technologies, our lack of entrepreneurs that take environment into their hands to do right things. This is causing our own lives below standards around these water bodies or rivers that are severely polluted. In Hyderabad, we are drawing water from 2,000 feet below the ground. Probably for next generation, we may have to show water in a movie. In our body, if we don't have water balance, it is going to result in a lot of different diseases, deformities. Yesterday, I met with somebody from BARC who had an instrument to test. It's just a sensor that tests 100 different things and throws. The fundamental reason I was talking is people are not drinking enough water. Not related to my subject, but still, water is going to be a very critical resource. The day we realize we may find it a very scarce resource, which is already is. When I returned from US, I participated in a volunteer venture where I traveled across the country significantly. But when I got into the environment, just as an investor, to make some living, but when I entered into that business, just to understand where I invested the money, started to realize that there is so much going on in the country that we are not aware of. Government has been enforcing regulations to treat the wastewater that we are creating by various uses. And 70% of those systems that we have set up across the country have not been functional, or rather underperforming. Major factor is being they are not affordable. To build a house, it takes about crore rupees. To maintain the house for 20 years, it may take about 10 lakh rupees, not more than that. But to build a sewage or effluent treatment facility, you spend a crore, you are going to spend about 10 crore rupees to maintain it for 20 years. When people are not aware of such drastic commitments towards finances to run systems and facilities, we tend to bypass this water into easily accessible nalas. That is a story across the country, whether Varanasi, whether Baroda, or Chennai, or Bangalore, everywhere I have been traveled about 4 lakh kilometers, only witnessing these human caused atrocities. So we bring the science to make it affordable, to make it environment friendly. Our ancients has all the wisdom. A lot of things that we are talking about today have been patented elsewhere, in US, in Japan. They're talking about acupressure there in Japan as a patented, while it emanated from our own land. Similarly, the technology that we use for wastewater treatment today was found in our ancient literature. It's been used, but today it's being patented elsewhere. But we took a determination to bring it back to our country, and we are doing our best to contribute to the environment. If all of us join hands, I'm sure we all have to, because we have no option. If we have to survive, we have to embrace the environment while we function on every other count. I thank you for this forum for recognizing MSMEs and encouraging people to go forward, innovate, and spread the good work all across. It takes a lot for one person to succeed. Barely we see all the 99 steps that have been passed through to get to the 100th step. And today you all become part of our journey to move us to the next level. Thank you very much, and I appreciate heartfully.